All right. Welcome again to MG Sports TV. And thank you guys again for joining me for another informative program. Another small. I'm gonna say it's a small. I won't run this one for long for sure. I'm trying my best not to run it for long. I do know how important your time is, and for sure. So hopefully you guys are doing good. Definitely happy to see you guys tuning in. We're gonna discuss the under 17. Just gonna give you guys some insight on what's gonna happen to the under 17. And so apparently, there's some information coming in right now in regards to more players joining up in the camp. A significant amount of players join up in the camp, and we will be discussing that. We'll be discussing that, people, for sure. Unfortunately, hopefully, the players that weren't selected don't feel too bad, don't feel too hurt, for sure. And there are a few more players I do believe that are in good mindset. I think will be able to make it. Guys, as you come in, please do smash the like button and hit the subscribe button, as you know. So the reason why I'm doing the stream is going to give you guys some insight on what is happening with the under 17 players, and also to give you guys a rundown of what is likely to happen, how the competition is going to be structured, and the dates of the matches and all those aspects. The group that Jamaica is in, I think most person would have already known the group that Jamaica is in. So this is exactly what I want to do. Now the big question is, in regards to the Reggae Boyz under 17 team, what are the realistic expectations of this team qualifying to making it to the World Cup? Are things really being done right to push this team into making it in the World Cup, or under 17 World Cup? Now, there's a lot of players I've seen, and today I watch the under 16 finals. Well, All Ireland, under 16 All Ireland, and also under 14 All Ireland. Congratulations to Jamaica College in winning the under 14 All Ireland. Big massive respect there. Number 9. I don't remember his name. He was a goal scorer, but I do believe that man of the match would have went to Jamal Lyle again. Definitely for stats. Stats. My apologies. Stats. Number 6 scored an hat-trick. Tremendous performance. I think, what's his name? I don't want to. Is it Enright Edwards? I don't remember his name, but for sure. But it's a good look so far. Two proper teams going ahead, and definitely well done to Stats again in winning the All Ireland. Tariq Brown said, "No way, Kyle Miles will make the under 15. Well, the under 17. Listen, all right, this is what happened, right? Kyle Miles, very good player. Kyle Miles is actually 14. So he's really young. So Miles has a lot of time, man. He has a lot of time on his hand. Most definitely, I do believe that he's one of those high potential players with a high ceiling. He's one of those players with high ceiling. But as you guys know, in football, specifically in Jamaica, things don't normally go as though everyone would expect it to go. But there are a lot of players. There are a crazy amount of players. For sure, crazy amount of players. I do believe people will be looking forward to see. Now, we have to understand also that what is happening in regards to this under 17 team is going to be a long trial and error process. Why is that so? Because there's a lot of players, a significant amount of players who will be looking to make this team, and they'll be running through quite a lot. As I said, I got some new information today. Prior to, I'll be giving you guys that information quite soon. I got some new information today in regards to the team. So you'll be getting that. Kim Reference said, any Edwin Allen player? I'm not sure. The new batch of players that joined today, I am definitely not sure. Alex Burton said, Jay Williams make it from stats. No, so the team is not selected as yet, people. The team is not officially selected as yet. You're still doing the trial and the trial process. They're still doing a trial process right at this present moment. David said, "Oh, the bench players make the squad. Are we that thin in the under 17?" You have to realize that the first team players in those, the first team players listen. First of all, David, those that list that you said I put out, not the list, but my all Manning and my all the Casa Cup teams, they are mine. These are the players that I have seen throughout the season. These are the players that I have seen throughout the season who have been really, really exceptional. So it's actually that aspect. Apex said MG, one player from Central going now. Which player is that, Apex? Which player is that? Which player from Central? So he has been impressive. He has been really, really impressive. But even today, Stets defeated Campion 4 in the the keeper. Is it because of his age? Maybe it's because he's the only one who actually has the age from the first team. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe he's the only player with age bracket from the first team. So that could be a case. That could be a factor. Not sure if it is, but that could be a factor. But that is football. That is how it is. No, listen. You won't see all the players. Just the same as when I created my all Dakar Cup team. My All-Star Dakar Cup team and also the All-Star Manning Cup team. It has been selected with different variables, many different variables. Because a lot of people are saying that based on the fact that CC won the Dakar Cup, why not just use all the Clarendon College players in the all Dakar Cup? But I can't do that. I really can't do that. You have other players who are outstanding as well. It's just the same. That is the reason why they're doing this trial phase. They're going through this trial phase to see what everyone has to offer. And maybe this time around is one of the first time. David said that no make no sense. Oh, that a madness? What is madness? This is one of the first time we're seeing the under 17 team do a holistical recruiting structure. One of the first time, people. It does normally happen. It don't normally happen. David said, okay, it can't be an RCC team. Tarburn said, Oatmeal Garden get it right. He is doing a lot. The thing is, I'm not sure. Alright, so there is Mirren Garden. I think Mirren Garden, Andrew Pierton. Who else? There's another coach. There's another coach, man. Why can't I remember the next coach name? David said, as what some suggested. No, I see what you're saying. But I do believe that the coaches that are at Elm are coaches that can spot talent, are no talent, and can definitely say, okay, these players can. Vassal Reynolds. Yeah, my apologies. Vassal Reynolds. I said these players are players that can definitely push the team forward. Now, these are, so Mirren Garden, in regards to, I think it's more of how it's structured, because if one should say that, why don't we get the best schoolboy football coach on the program? Most people that said arguably Lenny Hyde would be the coach, and let everyone work together. But I do believe that Andrew Peart, Vassal Reynolds has vast experience. Andrew Peart, coaching educator, and as you know, a lot of titles from Mirren Garden. So they do combine well. We will see. We can't make a judgment of anything yet unless we see what they do. But for sure, I'm vastly more interested in the players that will be selected. Big up Norman Wayne Turner. Big up. I'm way more interested in that. Tarek Brown said JFF2 slack. Talents are going to be overlooked. Alright, so that is why. It's not a matter of overlook. That is the reason why I get information here now. The tournament starts in February. So we have basically 2 months of preparation to put in place. Now, it's important, people. It's important that we understand what is going on in the camp. We must understand first and foremost what is going on in the camp and how things are structured before we can jump to any level of conclusion. Reason being, we need to know what is the training process is like, how is the squad being selected, what are the variables that they're looking for in players. So we have to know this aspect before we can go on any rant or make any complaints. No, well, I for one, love rant, love make complaints, but apartheid. But sometimes you have to really realize. All right, so the group that Jamaica will be in. Oh, Cian Sinclair said, MG, the rest of the play for Campion. Hope him get a break. Trust me, MG, that youth is one for the future. Yeah, but he's young. He's really, really young, man. He's young. Well, I'm not really sure of him. I'm not sure of his age, but I do think he has time. And there are players who are ahead of him right now. David said we need to have a continuous age group camp. Under 15, under 17, I agree with that. And under 20/under 21, I 100% agree with that. David said players will matriculate and some new ones will be added. I 100% agree with that. Maybe if you start at under 15, at some point you just continue transition to the under 21s. I agree with that 100%. Now, let's look at this. In the group, we have Costa Rica people. Costa Rica, Guadeloupe, Cuba, Jamaica. So these are the 4 teams that are in the group, Jamaica group. 4 teams. 4 teams. Out of, big up Ayas Abdi, I think there's 3 groups, and the top 3 teams will advance. Is it 3? No, 4 groups. 4 groups. That's group A, F, H, G. Okay, so the top 3 teams will advance to the knockout round, people. The top 3 teams will advance to the knockout round. And they will be going up against seeded teams, or teams would have already qualified through the 2022 men's qualification. These teams are Bermuda, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, and Dam Rep. So these are the teams that that once they advance, these are the teams that they will face. So the top 3 teams will advance, people. The top 3 teams will advance, and they will face in the second round. The seeded teams are basically teams that already qualified through the 2022 men's qualifiers. And that's Guadeloupe, no, my apologies, Bermuda, Dam Rep, Nicaragua, and Puerto Rico. Secondly, in the round of 16 will kickstart on the 18th and 19th of February. So they do have some time. They do have some time to prepare. IS Abdi, big up. Costa Rica under 17 just lost to Canada under 17. How much did that game finish, IS? And is it possible for me to see the game? IS said, large up my general. Hopefully Somalia, Jamaica meet at the under 17 World Cup in Peru. Hopefully. That would be interesting. Is it possible for me to see the game, Ayas? Let me see something. That would be really, really interesting. Joshua, no, the under 17 don't they don't pick it as yet. May I try see it? No, Costa Rica under 17. Me no see it. Dandre Young said the 10 for racing get called up. Ooh, doesn't. Not sure. Racing under 17, not sure. But I'm for sure I'm gonna see how best we can reach out to anybody and see if we can and give them insight on who that player is. Even for them to even have a look. Even for them just to even have a look at the player. But for sure Dozens a player that a proper midfielder. I said I don't know, and I saw a couple news on Twitter post that Canada won 2-0. All right. Okay, so maybe might see some clippings on Twitter. Maybe might see some news. Ooh, Mexico defeated Costa Rica as well. Mexico defeated Costa Rica as well. Big up Fresh God. No Kyle Miles. I'm not sure. I think we might see him We might see, but I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do. Guys, please do smash the like button, people. Please do smash the like button. All right, so let me see. The finals will be on the 26th of February. Knockout games will be single matches face off. So if you lose it, if you snooze, you lose. If you snooze, you lose, people. If you snooze, you lose. It will be that serious. It will be that close as well. If you snooze, you lose. Semi-finals will qualify. So all 4 teams that reach to the semi-finals will qualify, will automatically qualify for the 2023 FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Peru. Now, which means that it is very, very important that we reach the semi-finals. It is really, it's very, very important, people. May I tell you, extremely important that we reach the semi-finals, because that is where we want to go. If we hit the semi-finals, it means that we are in the 2022 World Cup. Now the problem is getting to the semi-finals. Who will be facing before that? Can we beat the team them? So it's going to be imperative that the coaches understand the assignment. It's going to be imperative. Wizard said the 7-4 Vauxhall under 16 get calls up. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Very talented young man. Very, very talented player. I think he scored, I was speaking with him, he scored like roughly about 11 goals in the under 16 competition and registered maybe about 6 or 7 assists. So it was crucial. It was really, really crucial to Vauxhall run a form in the under 17. Very good player. Really, really good player. I think he just turned 16. So I do think that he would most definitely qualify to play, but not sure if they're gonna have a look at him. I'm really not sure, but he's a really good player, a player that is one for the future for sure. All right, so one of the important information I want to pass to you guys is this, right? So we saw the first camp was 30 players. The first camp was 30 players. The first selection, the first trial, 2 to 3 day trial, was 30 players. 30 players, people. Now, there's a new set of players who joined camp today, a different 30 set of players who joined camp today. They are doing a rigorous trials. They are running through a rigorous trial to sift through as best as possible. Now, I'm really, really hoping that some of these players come to the trials with their A game to make it very, very difficult for the coach to do their selection. Because as I said, people, they're going through a real rigorous trial session. Now, many people might complain that, boy, we should have started preparation, we should have started training long ago. But there are so much factors. Schoolboy football was going on, people. And it will be difficult to break schoolboy football program to facilitate the under 17 team. It would be very, very difficult. I understand many people would want that to happen, but it will be very difficult. Let me tell you why. A lot of these under 16 players who will be participating are also players who will be looking for to play Premier League football. Also players will be looking to play Premier League football in the JPL and also schoolboy football. And then now, also to facilitate their schoolwork, which is very important. So, yes, we might want them to be having training sessions from 1 year ago, 2 years ago in preparation for this. But the truth is, it is not that feasible as though everyone think. Javid said MG champion college number 7, he not get picked. He might get selected, and then we run through the same trial and the same trials as everyone else, but it's not exactly pick and then you're in. Tariq Brown, big up you with them at train and what time they are training at you, but the thing about it is that not even me can go see them as yet. Not even me can go by the training ground as yet. Reason being is because there are new structures, new JFF has really reconstruct how they approach visitation or approach media coming to look at the players or what's happening in the training. So maybe they are waiting until it's a bit narrowed down a bit for them to facilitate. So maybe there are other aspects in which, can't really expose. So maybe those are little things that they're trying to tighten up or trying to fix right at this present moment. But that is how it is sometimes. That's just a part of trial and selection, especially a trial of this nature. They are looking at almost every player who's in the age bracket who can play and see how best they can sift through. As I said, it's one of the most rigorous selection process that they're doing right now. And I do believe that they're doing this based on the fact that Schoolboy football has completed. Alright, so Tariq, here go on. Link me on Instagram. Link me on Instagram, Tariq. So I'm saying I can give some exclusive information. Definitely, I don't want the eyes there, I don't want the third eyes there. So link me on Instagram, Tariq. You know me, MG Sports Media. Just link me on him, man. Just link me right now. So jump off and link me right now. Alright, so Kwani said trial a waste of time. You just need a good coaching staff who can spot talent and select the best 23. Alright, so Kwani, let me tell you why trial is important. So for many years people have said, boy, they must select them friend. For many years, that is the notion. They must select them friend. So when you see trial go on now, at least other people get to see what is happening. So other players are go and other players can say, no man. Other players can understand, say, you are going. Alright, Trigger man. You see it. Alright, so I'm gonna reply to you. When you show them, I reply. So Kwani, this is what I'm telling. This is what I want to say. If no trials no keep, how you know which players to use? That's the first question. How do you know which players to use? If no trials no keep, how do you think we can attest the integrity of the selection process? We just hear the 23 players get selected. We don't know who, we don't know when, we don't know what happened, then just get selected. So you have to be mindful of these things. So let's think critical. Let us think critical. Out of the Schoolboy football teams, and we said, okay, let's just select all the players who can play under 16 from the CC team. And when you check it out, there's one particular under 16 players at 16-year-old who's playing for maybe Irwin, who is maybe better than one of the players. But because you saw that team won the Dakasa Cup, automatically they are better than everyone else. But you have to realize that there are other good players. There are other good players who are spread right across. And how you get to see these players, you have to keep a trial. You must keep a trial. Let me show you something. I went and watched so much Schoolboy football. And when I'm trying to select the best 11 to put on the pitch, it was so difficult. It was so difficult because of so much players and so much talent. Even players in my All Dakasa Cup team, I had one of the joint leading goal scorers on the bench. Kwani said that's why you need scout. I agree with that. But think about this now. What if I am a scout? So you need multiple scouts. And the multiple scouts are going to bring in multiple players. The multiple scouts, Kwani, are going to bring in multiple players. And then on the day, you keep a trial if you have 10 scouts and each scouts bring two players. If you have 10 scouts in and each scouts bring 2 players, you look through the players them. You have to look at them. You must look at them. So imagine Kwani now. Just imagine Kwani. Let's listen now. Imagine this Kwani. You bring in 2 players. I may bring 2 players as well. You bring in 2 best players what you say, and me bring in 2 best players what me say. And one time when you see my 2 players them, you realize you know other players were better than my players. And me I go say no, me disagree with that. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to bring those players come. And you end up bringing 4 players for us to look at, for them to look at. So, do not look at what happened with the under 20. Under 20 was a whole shebang, a whole lot of mess. But you must have trials. How you gonna know the players ain't good enough? How you gonna know? The scouts can pick players, but the end of the day, it boils down to the coaching system. What the coach will look for in players. How you gonna know the players ain't good enough? So you have to see the players them, you have to know what them can do. So Kwani, imagine if you are the coach, right? And me are the scout. Just imagine. You are the coach, Kwani. You are the coach now. Me put you in a position. You are the coach. Me are the scout. And me bring 10 players come. Me bring 10 players coming up. And the 10 players that me bring come, you look on them and say, no man. No man. And only one of them you think good enough. Even though me want scout. You only deem one of them good enough. What would you do, Kwani? Would you say, okay, I'm going to use them same way? Or you said, okay, let's see more players. Let's see if we can see more players. And do a filtration system. So, my question to you is, Kwani, would you want to see more players, or would you just accept, even though you think the players are not good enough? Even though you as a coach don't think, would you just accept my 10 players them? That is the question me ask you. So, if you believe that trials are not necessary, tell me what your things on that. Then Jamaican said facts. Tariq Brown said, all right, so people, we have to listen. We can't just be in our emotions in how we analyze things. We have to look at things on a vastly different perspective than just have a more holistic look at things, people. Open your mind for new ideas, to accept new things. Yes. No. If they say the senior team are gonna have trials, that don't make no sense. That no make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. So you can imagine, you pick a Reggae Boyz team. Robert Smith said, okay, MG, instead of calling it a trial, call it a camp, and every team bring more players to a camp than what's going to actually tournaments, but they call it camp, so we call it camp. All right, so we call it camp then. There's a camp going on, people. It's a camp. It is a camp. So we're going to call it a camp. Me batch you dead. So we're going to call it a camp. There's a camp going on. 30 players were added to the camp today. So they do, for the first set of 30, the filtration has been done. And then now 30 more would have been added. Now, this is the thing. The importance of it is this. The first 30, what would happen is, what if they see 15 players that was really, really good, but for the first 30, they can select only 10. And they said, okay, we select the 10. We select the 10, and the 5, we put the 5 as reserve. So we use the 10 and keep the 5 name on the books. So when the next 30 players come in now, we said, right, out of the next 30, we only could answer 5 were at the standards of the previous 10. And then not even, and then now, you say, okay, we only get 5 out of this batch. So you are going to know the previous 5, what we did see, let's add it to them. And that will make it to 20. So you have 20 players there, so. Rather than you have one set of, you have 10 players come, and you don't know how they get selected. You don't know who select them. There was no filtration. You don't know if they're good enough, or you just set them on their best and you just go with them. And the truth is, there are other players better than them. That's just how it is. That is just how it is. It's unfair, it's difficult, it's tough, but that's just how it is. The tough part is when players get cut from the squad. That is the tough part. That is going to be the tough part where, a few tears might fall, but that is football in Jamaica. That for sure is all football in Jamaica. And one thing I do know is that not everyone will be happy when in regards to selection process. That's just a fact. That's just how we operate. All right, so people, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the link in the comment section for you guys. You can come on to have your say. And also, I'm going to open up the line so you guys can call in, WhatsApp call. Hear what you have to say about this. Kwan is important. Kwan, call in Kwan. Let's see what you have to say about this. Because you said all the trials work out. Let's see what you have to say about that. So call in Kwan. Tariq Brown said the big axe. Yeah, that's gonna be the difficult part. Nice man. Nice. It is for sure going to be the difficult part, and I do believe that a few tears will be shed. Not sure how much shed tears, but I think a few tears would be shed. I think so. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. But so far, I've given you guys a breakdown. Let me run through again for the group. Remember, people, for the group, we have Costa Rica, Jamaica, Cuba, Guadeloupe. I do think that we should advance. Maybe Costa Rica is going to be problematic. I do think that we should advance. From the group going into the knockout stages. I do think so. But it's important that we really, really look at this. As I said, the top 3 teams will advance to the knockout stages. Hopefully, we're not getting nothing. So if we can finish the group on top, we don't get any one of the tough teams to play against. That would be important. Now, my internet said 30 at a time a joke. I agree, because that's a lot of player, and it's going to be difficult to see everyone. I agree. No, that makes sense. Diamond Winter said MG JFF really backwards. They could have selected 100 players, the 100 best players, and hold a trial. 100 of the best players and hold a trial. That makes sense. But if then the 30-30, I think it's similar procedure, either for 30-30. But what am I facilitate 100 players? How am I going to facilitate 100 players win? That is tough though. That is tough. Remember, we don't have a facility like them rich countries now. We don't really have that, Nitro said the more time things change, the more they remain the same. Charles a few weeks ago before the qualifiers shake my head. Listen, me drop the link in the comment section now, people. People, you can call in and tell us why you think it is being approached the wrong way. Tell us why you think so. Jeremy Brown said, "War military, hope all is well." Saji Soji out of LA. I have 2 of my boys from LA in the camp. Oh, which 2? Which 2, Jeremy? Drop their name. Which 2? Alright, so we have Kwani calling, people. Blessings, Kwani. Welcome to the program.
Bless up, Q1.
Oh, Q1. Oh, Q1 no. Me get your name correct.
Yeah. I make a statement a while ago because based on what happened, this trial thing is going on from around 20 years now. 20 years. From where we are growing up, playing schoolboy football and so forth. And it doesn't pay off. None at all. You see why the reason why Jamaica football is so backward, they don't try to copy what the bigger country doing.
So you're saying that the bigger countries don't do trials?
No,
they don't keep a camp?
I'm gonna tell you something. No, hear what happened. You see Brazil, Chile, those in South America, because I watch football on a daily basis.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me say, yes, them not keep no trial. They don't keep no camp.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened now.
Yeah.
You see in South America, they after a mini tournament. A lot of mini tournament keep a lot. Even other day, a lot of mini tournament going on under 17, under 20. And what happened now? They select players because you have scout. Scout have to know the system the coach playing. So they can go and identify talent around the academy.
So I can ask a question.
That style of player. You cannot just go and recruit player like that. You have to see that.
Okay, Kwan. Well, no, Kwan. Kwan, me could take it in stages. Me could take it in stages, right? So, in regards to the bigger countries, right? Them have whole heap of tournaments at the under 17 level going on, right?
Yeah.
Now, what tournament do you think Jamaica have going on at the under 17 level?
Alright, here what's gonna happen now. You see, because we are in the CONCACAF and maybe it doesn't like China doesn't have those stuff on a regular basis. What Jamaica can do now is that this under 17 preparation, it should be done happening from like 2 years back. Keep the guy prepared like from
How you gonna do that?
years old.
How you gonna do that?
Because what happened now, you're gonna call a set of players who talented enough. The coach has to select those players.
Alright, so me can ask that question.
I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna work now.
No,
So
2 years, you call players from 2 years for under 17. So that means that.
No, you're gonna and all maybe are like 2-3 times a year, like so you just keep some camp to get them gel.
All right.
Together.
So let me show you this
So
now.
what,
Q1, what I know Q1? Q1, make one on Q1, make we debunk. We have to debunk everything, man. We have to debunk everything.
Yeah.
So we have to understand what exactly is going on and how things change, how times change, and the understanding of what is likely to happen. So if we should be having players from 2 years ago, look at this now, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at a player like Whisper, out of nowhere, boom, I aim that. So you have a player. So, all right, let me use the example right now. So you have a son, right? I'm Q1. You have a son who was in the under 14 team. Well, was in the under 15 team, right? And he's playing for Jamaica College.
Yeah.
And what happened is this, right? At Jamaica College, despite in the under 15 team, a few more players coming to the team, because they know them probably get a few ballers, were better than your son. And then take the spot in the first team over your son. Which does mean now say your son now play consistent football as a norm. And then now you have other your son under 15 now. So when under 17 come around now, you'd believe say because your son now play much football for first team and other players them want to play more football first team at the same level, your son should be selected over them.
I'm gonna answer that question now. Look at it this way now. For instance, you have because in those countries academy, you don't have schoolboy football, but in Jamaica, you don't have anything like schoolboy, but you have parish tournament and so.
Yeah, but that is what we have. So we have to work with what we have. We can't think like other countries.
Remember, you have to go around, you have these guys, people playing under 14, So like next year now, when you're 17, you have to choose players who by the time the tournament come around, they're going to be 17. So you have to start the preparation like 14, 15 years old. So now, you're going to go into the school, because that's what happened in Jamaica. You have to use what you have.
I agree, but listen, as I'm saying is this, Kwani. Kuan.
Yeah.
If you start the preparation from these players are 14-year-olds, preparing them for the under 17 competition.
Yeah.
None of us know what is likely to happen during the same time period. Yes, you can get them ready, but you can check it out in the same sense because there are other players. Alright, so if you're under 17 level, more than likely they want them to play the Casa Cup and Manning Cup first team. And when you check it out, so because other players who are ahead of them, one by age, two by quality, they won't be playing consistent football. So when the under 17 competition come now, and you find out that you have a 23-man squad, and only 5 out of them did play consistent football. And when you realize that the others among them, you have other players from all over the place who are better than them, how you are going to get them the other man in a squad when you stick to your 23?
I think you are misunderstanding the whole situation. Remember, next year is what? 2023. Those players are going to be 17. So you have 16, 17 represent the country. So remember, 2 years about those players would be 15, 14. Because they're going to use players at 16, 17. So you're going to go around the few academy. You're going to pick the best talent.
Yeah, but how you do that? How you get the best talent?
Because you're gonna watch them members of academy in Jamaica, you have tournament, they keep
so listen to this now. Listen to this now. If yeah, but me agree, yeah, but me I say so the academies are having well not Q1 man.
Yeah.
Q1, you think like the first world country now. We have to realize first that we are not a first world country and we don't have the resources like a first world country and we don't keep the amount of competitions like a first world country. We have to realize that first. And we
have to change. That's why when you select those players at that time, you're gonna have some practice match like with Antigua, those neighboring Caribbean islands.
When you get into that, you figure to school you them?
It can happen. You don't have Jamaica under 15, under 15 Jamaica. Remember, say Jamaica at times play under 15 against Cayman. Those
in a competitive, like practice, a friendly game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but how much time we can get them friendlies there?
So even alright, if you do that like even 4 or 5 times out a year, that because you're gonna have those bunch of players playing practice match in Jamaica also, so they can bring that momentum going on, that chemistry. So that each time, maybe sometime you're gonna have players drop off a farm, so that's where you interject because sometime over the time period you're gonna also spot in talent. So you're gonna see have a core and then you take time interject based on how the progression going at the time. So you're gonna drop in, put in, and you take out and so because not all of those who you start off with gonna make it, but most of what you start off will be there same way because everyone not gonna be that bad where you're gonna just erase the whole of them like that.
And basically, I said do this for a 2-year time period.
Yes, so because what happened now, Jamaica don't have an under 17 team. You cannot have a tournament begin February and you don't have a squad now. You prepare, you trying to select player at this time. 30 player today, 30 next day. It brings confusion.
I agree, I agree, but what I'm saying not. But Q1.
What system they are playing? Everybody gonna come to each other.
Q1. All I'm saying, Q1. All I'm saying is this, right? We need to recognize first of all that Jamaica is a third world country, and we do not have the resources like these countries that you're talking about. So guess what we have to do? We have to find ways. We have to find ways in which we can utilize our small resources with the talent that we have to be as effective as possible. We can't be thinking about just listen up please. We can't be thinking about in 1 year under 17 team I travel 5 times to go play friendlies in a one single year. When we have also the senior team to play friendlies 5 times in a same single year. Also the woman team, all our woman team, if you travel the same amount of time in a same year, all our man team, we don't have that resources, I think this is one of the biggest problems that we're looking at, We don't have those resources to spend that amount of money. Listen, me I want to beat JFF for all heap of things. But you see, with regards to resources, me know if you have facts, we do not have the amount of resources which should be required. So what we have to do, we have to be very, very calculated, we approach these scenarios. It's not as simple as, boy, just go fly out them Monday, just go get a friendly there, so just be, even 80 what they write there, so even Cuba what they write there, so it's not as simple as what we think if we just get a friendly with them. It's not as simple. It's not so simple. If we are going to host a friendly, whole heap of finances, whole heap of costs, because we've got to host the home team, we've got to pay them to come play the friendlies, we've got to rent the venues. Listen, it's not as simple as what we all think. We believe, say, football are just 1 + 1 = 2, but football is a multi-billion-dollar business. And Jamaica, a third world country, we never reach multi-million as yet. We barely reach Jamaican millions. We barely spend Jamaican millions. We don't reach multi-millions in the US, which is required to run a successful program. We don't reach a level yet. So the expectations that we have and how successful that we believe we should be, it's going to be difficult because we do not have the resources. Let me show you this. Let me use an example. One of the most successful schoolboy football team in Jamaica is Jamaica College. And the reason why they are so successful is because they have more resources than anyone else. So they would have been able. Now I said they can't lose or can't this, But because they have more resources, that's one of the reasons why they have been the most successful for decades. Because they utilize their resources smart and wise. Now you have all other players. All other teams I should say who don't have that much resources, but they do stringent recruiting, very, very stringent recruiting to get the best quality talent that they can introduce and use those talents to go up against the top-notch teams and fight off with them. Jeremy said USA and Mexico play together about a year now. Mexico have a camp twice a month, small tournament all. Nature said, so MG, given the lack of resources, why not choose more than five? Why not choose more than five? They get players from the Diaspora. Players who are in academies playing a lot more games. All right, so this is what happened. Nitro. Most players you see in the academies in Jamaica, they are playing schoolboy football. Most players in the academy who are playing in academies in Jamaica, all of the big name academies where you can think about, every single one of them where you can think about, they are playing schoolboy football. Why do you think they are playing schoolboy football? Despite they have the academies playing their friendlies and this and that, at the schoolboy football level, that is where they get high competition, high competitive nature. Then that's where the competitive level rise. That is where it rises, and that is the reason why they play schoolboy football. So, how do we approach a situation like that? We can identify all of the issues then. But what we can't come up with is a viable solution in accordance to our country and the resources that we have. We don't have a developmental program, under 14 program for the clubs them, under 16 program for the clubs them, or under 18 for the clubs them. We can at least say, boy, in that aspect, we know the players at every level are play at a high competitive level, more so even rather than schoolboy football. So because of schoolboy football we have to utilize that, and also the players who can play under 17 who are playing in the Jamaica Premier League. That is how they have to do it. That is all they have to do. And it's all because of the resources that we have. Because we're not America, where they can just throw billions in the football. We're not America. We can throw billions in the football. Even if things go wrong, we'll throw another billion the next year again. We don't have that amount of resources. Sister, the amount that we never have a stadium for the football team. We don't have a stadium for the football team. We have to rent. The national stadium is not football. The JFF no. And the JFF own the national stadium, you know. The national stadium is not a Jamaica, you know. It's a private entity, you know. That's how we have to rent it. And for rent the national stadium, you look at upwards of 1 million per event. Upwards of 1 million per event. So that is what we are talking about. That's what we are looking at. Now when we return to the best under 17 players of Jamaica heritage should be called to a camp. In the hard, every country that is serious about football do it all the time. In the hard, adjust politics. I have no problem with having teams and with a camp within Jamaica, and we camp every now and then. It's not hard. I agree it's not hard. I agree. But when we they implement those camp, and listen, you keep a camp, you have 15 players. You have 15 players and you keep a camp. The camp start from February. Early part, listen. So we start camp last February gone, right? And the competition are next year. So we have to use 1 year for prepare a team. And we have 15 players in a Jamaica to play to get ready. So the rest of players will be coming from the diaspora. So we say, all right, them players are because of the level that they're playing, so maybe we don't really have to focus on them. So we'll keep a camp with the 15 players in a Jamaica. By the time the schoolboy football competition start, where all the other players are playing, you realize that out of the 15, only two of them really are at the high competitive level. What do you do then in that sense? When you have already have the match how long? What do you do then? Q1, wait, what would you do then?
I didn't hear you repeat.
You have 15 players that train in a camp, right? From January. Want to listen to this? And every one time a month them train. So basically for the whole year you have them prepared. You have them prepared. When it regards to when it comes down to schoolboy football season, you realize that out of all of them, after the schoolboy football season finish, you realize that out of all like 15 players them, that you have a camp the whole time period. Only 3 of them really could have match up in a schoolboy football season who look good enough. And other players night but look better than them. What would you do? Listen now. What would you do? Would you stick with the 15? Would you stick with the 15? Or would you invite some other players to come in our camp?
No, listen me. Listen me. That's where you're getting it wrong. When you choose, remember, you know, when you're playing schoolboy football, you know, you have 13 years old playing against 19 years old, 17, 18.
I'm talking about for the age group. Listen. Let me make it clear for you, Q1. Well, no, Q1. Q1, listen. Q1, well, no, Q1. Q1, listen.
Yeah.
I'm saying for the under 17 that is coming up, I'm saying put yourself in a position. You are the coach of the under 17. Listen to me keenly. You are the coach of the under 17 who will be taking the team to the World Cup qualifiers. You are the coach. So this year, January, you have a camp of players of 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds who you have will be participating for next year on under 17 World Cup qualifiers. And you have them from January and train twice a week or once a week, come until now. And when the season start, when the schoolboy football season completed, you realize even out of your 15 players them weren't really that good against them peers or even a few players above them. And you see other 16 and 15 year old who look superior to your 16 and 17 year old who you have in camp from all long. My question is, would you do a filtration system?
Alright, look here now. If I was the coach, when I choose player, you know, it would be difficult for anybody else to really, even if two doesn't look good, two don't look good when this season come around, this schoolboy season come around. The whole 15 look bad. Because I will go around, remember, I will go around the whole Jamaica to spot talent wherever they are. Because to have these players playing academy.
So me ask you a question, what's the best way to spot talent? What is the best way to spot talent?
That's why you wait until the under 14. Because I told you at first, I will wait and select them from under 14. So I will wait until the schoolboy football season going on. And I select those players who are playing under 16 and under 14 to be a part of my under 17 program the next 2 years.
So for the next 2 years?
Yes, because they are the one gonna play, not the 18, 19.
No, man. Remember, so we did the elimination.
Remember, you know, this squad should be selected from 2 years ago, like from last year. From last year, January.
All right. So, all right, fine. You miss everything on me, I say. Fine. This squad should be selected from last year, January. And my suggestion to you is this, right? If you look at it this way, his squad should be selected from last year, January. And when this schoolboy football season just ended, you realize, say, you put together your under 17 team, which should be participating next year in the competition to play against an all-star under 17 team coming from the schoolboy football, and then smash your under 17 team. What would you do?
They cannot not smash it.
Why not?
That's impossible, because if they were that good, I would spot those talent. Because I said to you that I will use the under 16 and under 14 program. So if they were that good, I would catch them. Because I will be able to watch everything.
Q1 and Sego. I know Sego Q1. Q1 I know Sego.
It's not you alone, you have a body, you have a scouting body, you have a coaching staff. So you're gonna know talent. You're gonna have some response for St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, St. Anne. You have to have a body, you have to have scout. So
big up and
at that time, no. At that time, when they bring in, so for instance, I have 2 scouting St. Elizabeth to watch, or 2 in each parishes. So look, when those players select, bring in like 2 cheap players who fit my system, that's when you gonna have that camp and narrow it down to where you want it, because you're gonna have them from such a long time. So you will be able to get your team together. You can have trial at that time because the preparation is for the next 2 years. So that's when you have trial, not at this time when tournament begins the next month from now. It cannot work like this. So you're gonna bring them together, see who fit your system because you're gonna put them in matches like up to 3 months, not 1, 2, 3 days. You're gonna let them play together.
But me hear what you try to say, but let me tell you, it's not as simple as how you think it. It is not as simple. One of the biggest, listen to Kwan, one of the biggest factor you're overlooking, is human factor, One of the biggest factor you're overlooking is human factor, You have players who probably are going to go out of farm. You have players who are going to pick up injury. You have so much different things. And you're going to have other 16 and 15-year-old who are going to just blaze past because of development, fly past year 16 and 15-year-old where you already pick. So the question is, what would you do when you see them, the players there?
Remember, you're going to have a preliminary squad, So you're going to have that like...
So you do a trials then?
A party, man.
No, man. That's a trials, man.
Look here, no.
That's the trials.
Look here, no. Remember, when you play and qualify, over a 4-year period, some country use like 50 players. During that time span, and when it come down now, it narrowed down to 23 out of the 50. But all of those 50 would participate in that tournament, the qualifiers.
But Q1, that is a trial same way. That is still a trial.
2 years back now. 2 years. If it starts from 2 years back, you will have all the time of preparation. So what if you're using a 40-man squad?
Even if you use a 40-man, listen, Q1, let me tell you this, right? Q1, you know much Schoolboy playing at the Dakasa Cup?
But not everybody good.
Never say everybody good. Alright, you know what Schoolboy playing and combine both Dakasa Cup and Manning Cup? Remember, so you want to pick 40.
I watch many of these schools, holy, and I heard enough people calling names. They are not good enough. I hear hyping up a lot of names. And when I see them, they are not good.
So what you consider good then?
Control.
What you consider good? I'm ask you a question. You watch JC versus CC final?
JC
and Jamaica College versus Clarendon College final last night.
Yes, I watched it. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that game then?
Well, to me, Clarendon plays a better ball game. Position based.
So my question is, does Clarendon College look like a good team?
Yes, Clarendon is a good team.
The players don't look like them good? To you, the players don't look like them good?
Well, you have some outstanding players in Clarendon. Not everyone up to that level, but where my football is concerned, like Marcus Reed, you got Dixon, Steven, Malachi Douglas, who again? That right back.
Bibi, Jones.
Yeah, he don't look bad. I don't know his name, but I just tell you the right back there.
So what do you think about the JC team? Tell me players that you see on the JC team who look stand out to you.
You have one next one, Blake no look bad. Who again? You have number 10 who play 10 that
Saka, Kevin Wilson.
Yeah.
But what you doing Kwan? You mentioned the same players them that we speak about every day.
No, but look here now.
But you say we're hype up. I see him play them, you say we're hype up, you know.
You talk about the centre back for Clarendon.
Yeah.
You know, man, he has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do where centre back is concerned. He has a lot of work to do. He will learn. Because I see, but his weight, he has to control that weight.
I agree.
He need to control it.
No, but what me highlight here is this one, because you make the reason I bring that forward, is because you make a statement a while ago saying that none of the players them, but we are hype up, they're not good. So I in turn ask you about the players them that played last night, and the same names that we are called is the same names that we were calling. So if you are saying that we are hyping them up, that means that you hype up the same man them too. And same players them you hype up too.
Zimini is not good. Zimini is not good. Don't hype up Zimini. Zimini can't play football.
Well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Zimini is not good. Right now, I'm going to Europe. January, I just look at the outcome. You know, wish nobody just look at the outcome. Zimini is not good.
Let me tell you something. You know how old is Zimini?
Zimini is around 17.
My 18 now, right? And if you should openly say, an 18-year-old is not good. An 18-year-old is not good. That was selected to play was selected by Paul Hall to play in a national team. That was selected by one of the best youth coaches in Jamaica, in Ludlow. Listen up. Q1, listen up, man. Listen up. You when you listen, you will learn and understand different perspective, man. You have to learn to take others' opinion. Man, other people's opinion matters, you know.
Yeah.
Alright. In a coach like Ludlow, pick him to play for Harbourview. A coach at Mount Pleasant, the coach at Mount Pleasant, I think it was Wally Dowes at the time, pick him to play for Mount Pleasant. Also, then pick him to play for the under 20. Yes, you might say not best campaign, but listen, more you listen, you know. Went to JC, win the Champions Cup, win the Manning Cup, win the Champions Cup, was the man of the match for the Champions Cup. Listen, if you might believe that in a year per 6 is not good, I can say, a lot of people have yet to see the 100% Ziminis. Many people. No coach now gonna pick a player who not good, even if you go play for the national team. None. And let me tell you this right. Zimini, listen up. Zimini is not a player where people can say, boy, in politically aligned to that. There's somebody a politics making this. And no, it's not a player. He not have nobody if back him. He not have nobody to back him. Him alone and what he can do.
Zimini should never him a Pearson. Pearson a good night, I know.
So right at this moment for the USL team, why is Pearson playing for the USL team then?
But I have an idea right now in the USL anybody look how much.
Nah, answer a question. Why is he? That means that no man in the USL team not good then.
USL no liquor garbage league.
Well, listen, which part? Well, let me ask you a question. What the highest level of football you play? What the highest level of football you ever play?
Me no continue. After school, me no continue.
Which school did you play for? Magati. You ever win the Casa Cup before?
No, we never did. No.
You ever win the under 16? You ever win the under 16 before?
No. Listen,
more answer my question, then, man. Come here and listen to what you say now. More listen, man. You win the under 16 or under 17? Which trophy you win?
When you play, listen me no man, stop reasoning ignorant no man.
Me not, alright, let me hear what you say.
You see when you're in school, now tell you this history of schoolboy football. Non-traditional school. Even if you are most talented enough or talented more than everybody else, unlikely you will win. Unlikely hard to win as a non-traditional school. Why? Because fear, when you, listen me, you see when you're 16, 15, fear. There is no fear. Fear is what causing most of these non-traditional schools to do better.
What fear?
Because, listen me now, when you're playing, it coming like Jamaica going up against Brazil, France, Argentina. Even if you could do better and not concede 6-0 or get beaten by a single goal. Because of this fear, they are super talented and well.
So question, Brazil not always better than Jamaica?
You play shaky.
But question, Brazil not always better than Jamaica. Tell me one Brazil team or Jamaica better than.
You just show your time.
No man, but
if Jamaica has a team better than Brazil, better.
All right. Me can
Because you know it's fair when you're playing against bigger nation school.
me can say something
It
to you.
just come in, you know, see Cornwall, it's dominant school then. From when it hard, sometimes
Alright,
this and that,
listen to me I say now.
school.
Me can say something now.
Yeah,
You remember the last match of Jamaica played against Argentina?
yeah.
And Jamaica, in and about the match, I think the match is set 1-0, right? 1-0 the match is set. We lose 1-0. And what happened? How much you get? I think game done 3-0, right? 3-0, I think the game done. People, ban me if wrong. And when Messi came on, what happened?
Messi scored 2 goals.
So, is it fear? Is it fear, or the team who are play against just better than we?
Right now, Jamaica could get a result out of the game.
And Messi never play? Messi play 15 minutes. Messi play 15 minutes and score 2 goals. Imagine if Messi this start. How much would I get?
No, because they unable.
No, me say,
They could have done better.
yes, me hear what you say, but me say, what if Messi this start? That me I say to you, what if Messi this start?
He never did have to score. Maybe Argentina could have lose if he starts same here.
What?
You don't know me can't.
He never start and we never did a win. Alright. Yo, go. We're straight front point. We enter. Naaman say one. Naaman say my try calling.
Yeah.
Naaman say my try calling. Now we'll chat again. Q1. Sure, calling Naaman. Omar said, why not have a meaning discussion? This is not going anywhere. True. He stick on him point, man. In other man on him point. Because he must say, boy. Because me I say, the same. Yeah, man, call now, man. Me I say, the same ball of them now. When him say we are hype up. And me say, list some names and out time match when what last time. And then same names them I call. So basically, man, the same thing. I hype them up as well. Oh, people, guys, please do smash the like button. We're on 96 likes right now. So now man say my calling. We're on 96 likes right now. People, let me tell you this. A lot of people here, a whole of people here bash, always a bash Zimini's and Pearson. People always are bashing 2 you then. I don't know why they always get bashing. And me can't tell people. If Pearson never good, Pearson would have never played for Tulsa. Tulsa. He would have never played for Tulsa. He would have never even get in a game. Man starting a team, people. It means something. Yes, a USL. But no man never played at that level before. And I know if I man them who are complaining, a man never played at that level there. Man win a schoolboy football title. I know if a man who are complaining never win a schoolboy football title. Now man, you've got turning nice in the background here.
Yeah, I'm not a nice man. I cricket me out of do.
Oh, bless up, man. Bless up. What go on?
Yeah, you know me. I said, Mr. Q1, me not disrespect your daddy, because I never meet you now. Me meet MGR. Me not disrespect you. And listen what I'm saying now for everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
Your argument we are talking about daddy. The argument here a long time. We are listening to this thing and now about 30 minutes to the daddy. The argument here not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Listen, the argument here not going nowhere. Because I don't know what kind of schoolboy you watch. I go watch JC go play against Catherine. And MG can't tell you this because I am the right on the sideline. JC have a nice little team, my lad. I know if I ball them, I talk about hype up and something. I know so you go when you have to pick one side. You see we know politics are going on Jamaica. The under 17, best time now for pick the under 17 side that's going to the World Cup. Forget about America and Mexico and all of them big countries, they have one bag of money. Right now, schoolboy football just done finish yesterday.
So we know the man them who we see in
the
prime.
Then get to see all of the coach them. The only thing about it, they should have picked a man. Like Mr. Although the man that did carry one little side, he made a coach one little Jamaica side like in summer or whatever. So Mervyn, we kind of have a problem when you pick a side and a team then we're winning the trophy, you know, pick them coaches like Lenny Hyde, I'm my best team, or the man but they are JC. Even them two man they could have run the side. But me not make no politics about the coach. But you hear me I say? Enough man, them the coach they see all of the ball of them are under 17 and them a practice fine in the summer. Them
Not
all
only
practice
coach
from
them to
June,
now,
July,
man.
no.
All the scouts them can see them
All
on
of the
TV.
scout them they all over, all of them see them. Everybody know all of the good. Me go along a Europa Cup and everything, and me go down a Excelsior. I mean, you know my school, when I have to call out the name, because when I call out the name, don't mention the name. My little school, with them no win, and that's where I go. Yeah. But yeah, my little school, me there practice every day, I see them, so it's enough ball. I have enough team, I come and practice that day, you know that MGR, there are 2 bus load them, about 50 man that, you know.
Yeah, man.
So if one school can, me see that enough time, me see Woolmans and them school, they carry 50 man come up on my school, come practice, come pre-season, come practice, come play a ball game. So if Woolmans them can't do it, and all of them school can't do it, why JFF can't carry 100 man in December right now I say, all right, two field or four field. Them now have it up on you with them act like them, we call like them not sit down. And they call up everybody from all over the world. To listen
Very
to
good point, that's in a way. Really good point.
MG. Them can call up everybody from all over the world. You remember say Pooh used to play at Jamaica and him over in Ukraine now play ball. And you see Pooh is a good, solid player. No man can't tell me say Kaim Paris can't play ball. You know?
Bad baller, man.
Yeah, so them can go over Europe, they can go in the scouting camp, in the academy them. And see the Jamaican there with their America, with their LAFC, where they don't have Chelsea. One you there Chelsea, more younger Jamaican go down in England. One and two of them go there France and them places. They will find them because they're on the internet in the hard for do. And they can call them now, see how we make them come to Jamaica for Christmas and whatever, New Year and train. Them now have until February in the hard for the ball. They're not gonna play ball all season and everything, and like they're not playing the ball, you understand? And the good baller when they end up on the field together. Them can bounce ball together and them practice at least a couple of days well, you know.
You know me a thing about Wayne? You know me a thing about what if... Nah, man. Yeah. You know me a thing about man? What if them have a like all the Reggae Boys and all the farm Reggae Boys them put on a independent association, an independent organization where them set up a build one facility for players them when they can camp and them do the funding for that specifically.
You may say no MG, you may say no. JFF is the Jamaica Football Federation. And them FIFA send and tell them to work up and go on, and FIFA give them money a year time, you know. Them need to get rid of the politics, and some of them need to go up there and say, listen, gentlemen, all of it, the people that we are working at IT department need to contact people all over the world. You know, hard, you know, people want to help them too, you know.
Yeah, but no people want them.
Support game, if we can go a game and we have the money and we go all of the game, them. Not to mention the corporate people, them people that we have money, then we support them too. But then if you forget about the politics, that all of the ball, parents born at Jamaica, them they all over the world and they can't go play for them in a World Cup. It's a sad thing how Jamaica can't qualify for no more under 17 or under 20. Think about it, daddy, and look at the schoolboy ball them alone. Me not even talk about the one where they are foreign MG. They talk about the one where we see at Jamaica. Think about it now, some of them they are foreign better than them one, you know. We don't have to ask, you know, because they get them bigger, you know, most 17, 16-year-old, most 16-year-old big like a Clarendon youth, or big like storage cement.
I whisper.
Kind of big feed side, but I whisper. Most of them are not foreign, because them are eat, you know, whatever food and whatever, and them are train and them are eat healthy and whatever. So we can't do it that man. It's just some people need to get in a JFF years and say, listen, it's embarrassing, but we are there, you know. Because I see some baller on the list. I don't know if some baller when I see, I don't think I see no baller when I see. You know, see play, I want to look at Rasta, we go a Casey. I don't know if they call him, because he look like he's young.
Okay,
you know
Casey?
He go a Casey, I think, man. I look at Rasta, you look on Casey's side.
You sure Casey?
Bring him on and he score a goal. A Casey or JC, he go a JC.
No, man, a George's, man.
A George's, I look at Rasta.
Yeah, man, Zabir Taylor.
Yeah, man,
I don't know if you have the age. I don't know if you have the age, that I think.
I think he look young, but enough ball, I see, all Bingo, I see them call Bingo is a very good left back, you know, him all Bingo to all. I don't know, some ball.
I don't know, the thing about it now, man, none of them don't get called because of the age. I have a ball between 2006 and 2007.
Alright, you know which baller is a good look baller, MG, and him play about him not even play half a season. You know, the number 21 for Dintil, the number 12 will come on for Dintil, you know the baller.
The 12?
I force him, the number 12, you know, we call him, I force him to play schoolboy football, you know, I don't think he never played the Manning Cup, you know.
Yeah.
And I force him to play like, you understand me? The baller is a good young baller. I know for a fact
right,
the baller
so there's
is
a
not
particular player who play for he never played in the Manning Cup last season.
Right.
He named Dozen in name. He played for Catchiningo. He played for Racing United. Racing United.
Under 17.
No man, not the under 17 team. Oh yeah, he played for the under 17 team. And he was the number 10 for the under 17 team.
Remember the game, man. Remember me there the game there and you video the game there too.
Yeah, man.
Me see the baller there, the number 10.
He played for Racing United, Major League team. He starting in the Major League team. He was the number 12 for Racing United. I'm not going to talk about Bashi, because Bashi passed. You don't know, say Bashi a bad baller.
You know, big and serious, you know, some good liquor baller within Jamaica, we could have met the under 17 side with the call. You know, I used to play under 14 for Dinty last year with the MB, you know. They used in kick a goal in Francana, you know.
When they?
I mean, the under 16 side now, but the under 16 the year never good. He played under 14 last year, that in January.
Him how much? My 14?
Him about 15, daddy. You know, you were saying on the D-Cup side last year, didn't tell D-Cup side on the bench last year. My bench the week last year.
Bench
on the bench last year.
But
Man, I listen to him come from one young little youth
Me
and he's killing him.
me know we are talking,
Man,
man.
he play on the under 14 side. You see my game too, man. Every game you see my game there, man.
Yeah, man, me know we
Man,
are
they
talking, man.
can't play ball, you know, my lad. I mean, and
Hear what I think about
me
it
don't
now.
understand the politics we are going.
Alright,
The youth can't play for true juice under 17 against racing daddy.
Hold on now, man.
Hold
Hold on now, man.
Remember you talk about racing under 17?
Nah, man, hold on,
Go
man.
ahead.
Me understand what
Go
you're
ahead,
saying.
go ahead.
But let me tell you what we have to look on to. Now,
Yeah.
if you look on the CC team,
Yeah.
and look
See,
how
I'm not
far,
under 17.
look how far the CC
Them go.
team go. Them win
Right.
the Manning Cup, the Locker
Right,
Cup,
right,
and
right,
Oliver
right.
Shield. And when you
Right.
look on like a man like Gallimore, DeAndre Gallimore, when you look on DeAndre Gallimore in a team, we part of a team, we play in the first team, we win the Locker Cup and win the Oliver
He make the
Shield.
under 17. He make the under 17.
Yes, I'm a part of the under 17 team.
But
So,
what we're saying is,
well, no,
look,
so this
look,
is what they do.
Yeah.
Them prioritize the teams them will go as far as possible in a commission where the
No,
players.
man, I don't see a pick ball.
Well,
I
on.
don't see a pick ball at MG. You go around the country, you see the ball of them play already. Remember, say under 14, under 16.
I
don't go on
agree.
2 times for the year, MG.
I
You
agree
see
now,
the
man.
ball of them will play.
But you have to remember this one now, man. It must be a reason why if him can make that the team there at team age, it must mean say him have something about him.
Exactly. If a 14-year-old you make a D-Cup side, will go a Champions League final, daddy.
And then no,
They
hold
go
on.
Champions League final last year, you know. One game they lose, a 2 game they lose last year, you know. When him on the team, you know.
Me
Remember, you know.
know,
Him good, him
but
young man, him young man, him have an attitude problem. When you know most young youth in Jamaica, they don't have attitude problem, they don't want to train. And remember, you have video with him against racing, you know, choose against
me
racing,
know
under
now,
17.
me know now,
They
man.
beat them.
Me know, but what may I say is this. But you have to understand, say, the selection process, I go with the top teams them first. Alright, let me show you why. Hold on. When Bars, hold on now, man. When Spain.
One important question. I make a come back to you. Just stick up in pan one. The JFF coach right now, the new coach, him now have no input in the development like the under 17 team, because him supposed to look over now. Yeah, so I'm my head coach, he big side, you know, him supposed to bring some idea too.
I'm not even sure if he even watching the schoolboy football.
Him not have no input, that's what I ask. Him not have no input as far as this side we are qualified.
No, but him not gonna have the input. I don't really know the players them like that.
Me just saying him is the head coach for the national side. Him not have them not put no organization
No.
in as far as where him go.
Alright, this how me I tell. This how me I say.
But go ahead, fine.
When time Spain has selected them team, right?
Man, we not talk about another country.
Just
that
listen
they
to
do
man.
that there,
Alright.
man.
Alright,
Yeah,
when
but go
hold
ahead.
on. When Jamaica pick a national team, right?
Yeah,
So what about Jamaica?
yeah.
Why first place Jamaica look for select players?
The national side, overseas, the ball of them what we call, you know, international.
Why they look overseas first?
No, you not have to ask me the question of the MG, man. Do better than that, man. Continue your argument, my lad.
Better quality.
The quality, they want
Good.
quality, man. That
Good.
now simple. All our team them do that. Every country do that.
So me ask you a question now.
Them
If,
not do that at the youth level now. At the youth level,
hold
they're
on,
not doing that.
no man, no, you have to factor in the selection process now. That is what we're addressing now.
But-
The selection
yeah, but-
process. Factor in this now. If we have one baller named MG who play for Arsenal,
Right.
but in the Arsenal bench.
Yes.
In the Arsenal bench. And you have a player when you're Naman who play for Waterhouse, or start for Waterhouse, or probably Waterhouse main man.
Under 17.
No man, just listen to me. Just listen to me, I say no.
Oh, but
Yeah, for the national team, no matter what level.
I understand. Me know.
Me ask you, if you are do the selection, which player you go for first?
I pick a best baller, daddy. If
Me ask you a question.
that means
How you go categorize the best baller?
The best baller.
How you go categorize him?
Listen, the best baller, you see the best baller at a position, you're gonna know.
Nah man, you are strike. Well on nah man.
Everybody gonna know MG guys. Listen, one little youth there, Brazil, where they signed for week and he can't play till 2024. He might go on good baller even though he's a 16-year-old. And he's a 16 MG, I'm on point that make you know.
Nah man.
If he's a good baller,
More answer me
he's gonna
question.
see him.
More answer me question. And the selection process will address.
How am I going to pick the side? If
Alright.
I pick a side,
No man, listen now.
if I pick a side, the best baller them have to go in there.
You play attacking mid. You play central midfield. At for Waterhouse, you play central midfield for Waterhouse. Me play central midfield at Arsenal. But me not.
The Arsenal man usually is better baller. Usually.
Why would he be better baller?
I was scout because him not playing on big.
He might play on a bigger team We have better players around him and him players at a higher level. Now, if me goes up boom, right? I mean I say you are going. There's a central midfielder down by Central High School, right? Central midfielder down by Central High School. He play the box-to-box role. Yeah, you hear me? Now man, you hear me? Now man. John was gone. Alright, so me continue in gone. If there's a central midfielder playing down by Central High School, box to box, and he's playing consistent football, and also there's a central midfielder at consistent football, and a very, very good player. But there's also a central midfielder at CC who is also good. But the problem is he can't get nested because the man them were there in front time just better than him. And when you realize that the man of the essential are play regular game is just at the same level and the man of the CC were on the bench, all because of the man them were in front time. So if the man of the CC got central, him probably gonna become the best midfielder. And just because the quality went front time, not allow him. 0FF said, did they qualify for the World Cup? Oh, 0. Did who qualify? So people may tell us that the selection process, is not 1 + 1 = 2. It's not as simple as how everybody make it seem. Everybody feel like, say, boy, you just go out there and get baller. And baller turn up and come play for you. And I hate this. And I say, go man. It's not as simple as how people make it sound. Oh no, 0. The next year the competition start. Just the camp starts right now, and that is what is being assessed. The players are being assessed, and that's what everyone is looking at. But I'm saying, people, we really have to understand. Amir Dawkins maybe the best 10 out there. Now man know what he must say. Akeem Williams said Pearson quality midfielder. Yes, he's a good midfielder. Me know, listen, me get all for beaten. Me get beaten for Pearson, me get beaten for Zimenez. And even if the ball them probably say, boy, they can't manage the pressure, me always gonna stand up. Then two ball there, me always gonna stand up for them. Because if they never have no quality at all, the coach would not consider them. The coach would not consider them. Welcome, Marsha Blagrove. Thank you for coming in. The coach did not consider them people. And if the coach consider them, I remember, I see him coach, Paul Hall is the same coach who brought in Omar Hutchinson. And if he can spot a talent like Omar Hutchinson and bring in Omar Hutchinson, why should we question when he bring in the likes of Zimenez and Pearson? So, there you go. Here we go. As Norman said, MG next up. So we're going to move on from that now. Now, the point I want to check on now, the realistic evaluation of our expectation of this team. What should we expect from this team? Do we really believe so we're going to qualify? We can have very, very different contrasting ideas in how we view it. But the problem is, are we really confident that we are likely to qualify for this World Cup? Is this strategy that we're consistently using at some point in time bear any level of fruition? Now, as Q1 mentioned earlier, that the aspect of child, he doesn't like the idea of trials. He doesn't like that idea. He doesn't like the idea of having that much amount of players. Even Norman said, like a player if he try to find a spot in the team. But the truth is, the schoolboy football, the highest level of competition in Jamaica, just finished. It just finished. In regards to school, the youth level, it just finished. The best time would be now, when they're at their high, to sift through to find the best players to represent us. And I understand when they say, boy, we couldn't have a team from 1 year ago. We couldn't have a team from 2 years ago. And then now, them are developed. But there's so much factors. There's so much factors which wouldn't allow that. There's so much, not really allow it, but there's so much factors that can really allude to us doing different things. I.e., so we have a team, as we go back to it, we have a team from January. Now go back to the same point. We have a team from January. We have 15 players from January who will say these are the players who will be participating. No, Kevin. No, he never get called. Him over the age. These are the players who will be participating. These are the players who will be participating in the Under 17 World Cup. So these are our core players. And them keep them camp January, keep 4 or 5 camp January, 4 or 5 camp February, March, April, May, June, July. And what happened now, they would actually break because them start with the schoolboy football training. Now, just in context, so the players are 16-year-old. So the average age of the players are 16-year-old. When the schoolboy football season starts, and you realize that your 15 players where you selected, you realize that you're still in from January now. You realize that you're seeing other players with higher quality than the 15 players where you select. The big question is, what do you do? Do you do a filtration system? Do you keep a camp to really put these players up against each other to pick out the best of the best? Because in any situation, it's always good to have a pool of players and you have them going up against each other to really can say, boy, this player really stand out, that player, and you can identify, you can really look on it and say, boy, yeah, them players they really look to be ready. You can look at that. But there's so much players. There's a lot of them. But we have to do some level of filtration. It must happen. It must happen so that we can have players. And as I said, the best thing could have happened is that we know the entire Jamaica look on the players them right now. So it's not a case in which, boy, you know, here say, one 23-man squad pick, and when we look on the list, we have see some name we never see before. That's the problem there. That is where the problem lies. When we see the squad pick, I wouldn't know none of the players them. But because so much highlight was put on what was on the SBF now, so we would have known these players. We would have known the players to look out for. So this would be the right time. Nonetheless, I won't downplay the fact that you could have a team preparing for the long duration. I'm just saying that it's not as easy. It's not as easy as most people would think. It's not so easy. Jeremy and Brown said you could you keep a consistent core. People may drop the WhatsApp number again, so you guys can call in. We have a few more minutes left to continue. Still have a few more minutes left to continue, people. Still have a few more minutes to continue. So as I said, you can call in on the number. You can call in on the number, people. Omar said every country in the world have trial at youth level, but they call it training camp. Omar, maybe we're just gonna change the name. Did the keeper from Mona get called? No, he's too old. Big up my boss. Wagwan.
Military.
Bless up.
Yeah, Judge, I respect. See me try and get a little 2-minute call out of LA where I call from, you see?
Oh yeah, man, bless up. So you wish to share the two names them or you know want to share it?
Me just put one on it and me give Amir Dawkins.
Oh, Dawkins. Okay.
Amir Dawkins is an LAFC 06 kid, probably the top 3 best kid in the country, may I tell you.
Mm-hmm. Him reaching the squad now?
Yeah, him there at Jamaica right now. Him there from another week.
Okay. Wells.
The thing we are all about my son are the captain for the US U16 team. But what hold him back is that him father is an ex-military. Me, I'm adopted father.
Mm-hmm.
But him father is a military who play for J. He may even play for JD. Lumsden.
Lumsden. Oh, yeah, man. You know Lumsden?
Alright, you know Lumsden. Well, them little son of Kyrome Lumsden.
Oh. Lumsden a long time. Old
And-
soldier, man. Old soldier that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Team son are probably the best 07 kid in the country in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, easily.
So what
Back to
so what is
back.
that? I'm father holding back now.
No, here was him father pass off and we have a mix up in him father last name with just one letter.
Oh.
So that's the only reason why him not there at Jamaica right now. Him probably are coming in at the week because him and Amir Dawkins are cousin. My youth them from LAFC.
Okay.
And we have a next kid up there to Johnny, another 06 kid right back. So I'm a KC all youth. You know I say Excelsior. I know the whole of the man. My Excelsior, my backyard. And so I get the whole thing where the man them a talk about with local talent and you know I leave a Kevin Wilson Pele youth. I know what them youth.
You the
You
body
know.
now?
Yeah. Then of that, I'm try to forget them. We know them youth from long time. We are communication. And like we don't know the landscape, both yard and broad. We just give ball a respect as it no matter to we who.
Yeah.
Because over 5 years now, I travel go to a cup in Sweden, Norway. And we are not talk about Paris and Topi them. I know them from them a little youth play with a little team there with Speed them. Right? And my little son, so Speed them know my little son from them about 9, you know.
Okay.
8-year-old them are watching
So
my
so
play.
so
in
alright. So as a
Sweden.
man that is so well traveled and I see a lot of football and I come from a football culture. There's always a talk in regards to quality in Jamaica, quality players in Jamaica. Because my perspective is this, right? Maybe them say me also pick up for the local baller them and me also pick up for Jamaican baller. And based off of what me see, me know baller from Mexico will come here, me see them, me see the Mexican team, me see the Suriname team, me see enough of the CONCACAF region team them. And me see the young baller they have as well. And it is not light and day between both teams. The only things that the developmental stage different. They are more developed in regards to the technical aspect, but we have some other qualities that they don't have. So it's kind of a balanced playing field where we see enough time and people tell me say me don't know football, I chat, me don't know nothing.
No, you're 100%, man. I sent you a picture a while ago with Amir Dawkins. Next to Amir are the youth where I got captain Mexico U17 team. I tell you, Amir are youth to run through them youth every day in a training. Them are going to look like corn to Amir when him see them.
Okay.
So, in a sense, of course, and as I say, me always think Jamaica have the natural, better raw talent because the only reason why our youth them so good, you know, I choose them have a play against be a Jamaican man every day, be an ex-national player. I'll higgy them on a portion of youth. Them have a play with every day against them youth. The Shevar the day at LA I would do for years. Help train them youth, they play them. So them youth are well known. Even Shevar grow them, raise them like a youth. You know? So you like Andrew Davis, them Sosa, them were captain that deadly team that would niche them back in the days, some out of Donald Quarry. I'm family them.
Okay.
So the background them and even Amir Dawkins, me know people even say, and that's why I give Jamaican youth them respect same way. Cause Amir them, Aki and Salfish meet this morning for breakfast down there, them feed him up. I youth them will eat curry goat and everything and
60
them
culture.
know them culture. Yeah. You see? Them play every Wednesday and Friday against real aggressive yard man. Some old Tivoli ex-ballers, I tell you, he give them when Teddy them, every man come over here, them play against them come round we. So our youth, them we're not going to see them play my youth and me are like the closest thing we're not going to see to Ravel Morrison. Are them kind of talent.
Ravel a wicked man, no, man. Ravel a wicked man, you know?
Yeah, man, then I mirror that, man, I just mismanagement over here. America go cry when them see where I go reach them, you know. If them just do the right thing and get them youth, like if my son eventually come, because my son I got the U17 camp for US, right? That's what him there right now. But as I tell them, the reason why I'm not out there through fame, paperwork.
No, so what have to go pull him, man? Can America be for much years on, man? What have to pull them, man? For years now, our players that turn around beat with same way, you know, so we same brothers and sisters and cousins that turn around beat with, you know, man.
Jamaica should qualify military, you hear me? Because when I tell about El Salvador, Costa Rica, them youth, the whole of the youth, them when them are recruiter from LFC, Galaxy, Dallas, we know the whole of the youth, them are second tier to compare to our youth, them.
Mm-hmm.
The youth, them, I know the kid they were got captain El Salvador, them. I know them, my kid, them run past them every day in a training.
Yeah.
And at them youth, they got captain El Salvador, Costa Rica.
We're supposed to have a really good core, them, man. There's this something when him again, man. There's this player who play for under 20, man. He was 16-year-old at the time when he come. Me wonder if he can play again. Quick, man, rapid.
Thomas, Roger, Thomas and my boy.
Thomas, yeah, man. My first name. Kobe. Wait. That boy is sick, you know, man.
Well, you see, Amir and Kobe are the same thing. But Kobe Ola, man. Boy, man, at that Amir I got give.
Kobe, first time I see Kobe, man. I see Kobe in that chain, and I say, yeah. I say, put, touch, move, pass, quick like a lightning, quick, rapid.
Kobe are dangerous, you, man. But Kobe 1 year older. But as I say, if Jamaica, you have a youth out of England when you have E-Banks, you know, if youth that got come in the week.
E-Banks?
But, yeah. But if, and next keeper, but here, man, we know the talent as well. One thing Norman said earlier for the most part, sometimes the physical development of the youth, them, compared to what going over here and what going in the so-called third world environment. Even though to me, our youth them shouldn't be underdeveloped physically, but for some reason them is.
Yeah. You know me I wonder if a burnout or they get play out.
Is a more burnout, more think a rest in a sense for them youth over here, so them get them up some kind of more structure in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and the youth them rest.
Because me know man who play D-Cup. Me know man who play Dakar Cup. He play D-Cup this evening. Done D-Cup match this evening and night. He might play competitive match again night.
Yeah. Then remember Chevy Thomas win Pepsi and Manning Cup the same time, you know. So we been have some youth who develop. Alright, my little kid the Lums then. If him reach out that there's no more physical kid in the country who play football like him.
Yeah.
Right? The next kid were close to him, you have to go to Musa. Right? And him at 15, I got be 16. And the closest kid were in the American pool, you have to look to Musa to find something close to
question, read the pools them. What the difference?
Go again, I not hear that military.
Read the pool, the American pool. What the difference regards to development in the American young players them versus Jamaican youth players them?
Yeah, I just at a certain point I just shocked. I said naturally up to 12-year-old, we always better. Jamaican youth them naturally skilled. Me I talk from a youth who I know name Renarco Stewart. From where I talk about from 93, some dangerous youth who come up with me I play primary league. Right? You talk about Rennie, you talk about some youth. Them time they talk about Holy Family, Hope Valley, I run primary league and them youth that will come up. Right? Where Rennie move on to I think Rennie are one of the first youth where captain Jamaica to one of the first U17 World Cup back in the 90s. You know, Renarco show up, end up go camp, end up go Arden.
Yeah, so right? What do you think are the reason why them so superior in regards to the developmental phase? Is it the competitions that them have ongoing? Yeah,
consistent competition. Of course, the structure, the field, come on, man, over here. So we have in Orange County, we'll be there. So we have acres of field, you know, man. You know, I say pretty green grass. I walk outside of my yard, I walk in a field.
Yeah.
So that are the most thing, and of course. But our youth them have scrimmage. We have the one thing where you cannot pay for. America don't have which is called, all we have in America is organized football, right? Which is good and organized. But we shouldn't do good because we cannot play a scrimmage. We're
supposed to play good technically. We're supposed to go technical terms as skill play.
Exactly. So me I say, but as me I say, when you reach an age of 13, 14, where the resources really need, and our country them not have it, that's why it a fall off. Right? Because Jamaica is still more talented than every country in a CONCACAF up to age 14. Probably all the way to the grown man them, but we're not going to ever be as disciplined, structured, technical, the intricates them where you need, But it can't happen general. It can't happen because for the most part, the youth them, because when you look on Amir them and my son and them youth, and I like them, I wait for say them want to play for Jamaica no more when them go World Cup. Them youth right now can't play for America. Them want to play for Jamaica right now.
I love that. I love say them look out for see what going. That means they're supposed to tune in for what going and little schoolboy football and them man.
Yeah, then our youth them if we never fight hard, our youth them homeschool, that's why them out there. If we never fight hard, them out there play a Manning Cup, cause them want to play it, cause them their own youth over here with all them youth that talk about a Manning
Cup and schoolboy football.
Yeah, Christopher Jackson and them youth that rip it up. Them youth that we their own, as I say, Chevrolet will win it for Excelsior, and so with their own them kind of youth that we talk about them energy there.
So them feeling as a boy, I wish you couldn't get a piece of it showcase it. And the thing is, everybody want to showcase their talent still, Everybody want to show, no matter where in the world, you feel a urge if you showcase what you can do. So imagine, they are that level, and where they are, they still the want to come and showcase. It's all about the knives and what people hear now, because specifically schoolboy football is one of the biggest football Jamaica have to offer. It's bigger than even our local Premier League. It shouldn't happen, but that is what we have. And so we do it. But a lot of people are enjoying it. Karim Hughes said we need back our active Primary League. I think so as well. I think so, Karim. I agree with that.
Primary League don't play no more?
Primary.
No, general, they're not them like that. Me I tell you, say, this of the ball of them, when you talk about out of the days, me I'm a virgin them like Barrington, Pettigrew, them, Kempes, them. But know you, them will come out of the Primary League. General, as I'm telling you, 12, we are Brazilian. When me see the rest of the world, me see the Spain kid them, I go see the Norway. Just talent-wise, just a look on the kid them. I tell you, we're superior. And until... The bottom line is we have to use with Diaspora a little bit to get some capital, and hopefully the man them now waste it, the man them we are going to do upstairs, and then that will trickle down to forget to the youth them now, the ground youth them as we call them, for the ground. And small countries that do it with 3-4 million to qualify for the World Cup, and we are still one of the most talented, So, hopefully this is a change generally in a sense. Hopefully this Adidas contract or whatever them a come, some capital dead and some real. One thing Norman said earlier, wish me don't touch back pan, because I know you have a lot more people. It have to be a sense where the head coach have to have some understanding of what going on at the U17 level. I understand, say, like right now the youth them day in, him need for day in a training. I watch them youth there for the week. Right?
Yeah.
So him can help pick the team. Bottom line.
Yeah, because if him a coach at that level, he must can spot talent.
Of course, then that may I tell it, look, Amir Dawkins, a youth over here within a minute. Him train with the U19 second team. Him train with them level team there, at times. So there's no way if them youth have a good showing, you know, give them you the even trading. The US team are calling, look, it's a race now for cap utility.
Me find out. And Jamaica get a big fight.
But they must forget with it, because at the same time as I said, them youth eat ackee and saltfish. And not Jamaica alone ackee and saltfish I eat, general. See? Man like we are KC, a purple will bleed. So the man can't tell we say, oh, you them not bleed purple, no, because them not born at Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
big
yeah, man,
because guess what?
Yeah.
Anyway, for Mountain View, I go, I just say my born and my good. No man now gonna tell us say, yo, my son and Mountain View youth. No man will know we. You know what I say? When we come home, some man will come on your program where they out at distance. Zine, and we not talk no way against no youth. You know what I mean? I just that we haven't to leave the country where they are American we youth them born.
Yeah.
That's just it. And most likely 90% of every man at Jamaica at some point would only take the opportunity to come. Circumstances push certain man. Yeah. A man have to move faster than some.
That's a circle lifestyle. I think most people understand that.
Exactly, my G. So, me get the man them for know say, well then, give the local, me all about giving the local youth them exposure. But guess what, my general? If when I get to the stage, then the exposure for just reach the little Caribbean Cup them, then what the sense?
That's...
You know? Yeah, so we could just hopefully, as I said to all of your callers and viewers, man, we could support. To me tell them
when I call her ask if I'm already born in Jamaica.
Huh?
If I'm already born in Jamaica.
Nah, man, I'm not born in Jamaica, but yeah, what? Since I'm here at the Hungry Youth at the camp right now, we have about 6 family members show up already at the camp. Because I have a whole heap of family out there.
Oh.
My brethren, them already got check them. Them feel like them good. Them at home.
Yeah, man, I'm more than I think that's so bad. I not get the privilege if you go there because I chat to the coach and coach tell me if you visit there, you have to either have some affiliations with a player or you have, as media, if I come there as media, I have to go through the right process. So maybe I go tell him say I have a son over there.
Exactly. As some me get the so me know say you walk here and service them eat this morning. So we dog them up there. But as you may say, my G, as long as them keep it together like that, be the youth them over here, we not try to take where the youth them at Jamaica shine. We are one, you know what I say?
Yeah, but you don't want the opportunity too, so nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but of course, but as I say, looking at our case them where our youth them can basically look towards America in a sense.
Yeah, but remember I know say even if they can look towards what them want, you know. So even if they can look towards America, them want it.
Then that me I show you G said the youth them want to represent Jamaica. Right? And so we don't want people to question the youth them loyalty or them even them integrity.
No man, you think that done with them. I haven't seen that in a long while where people are say, boy, them man are really true. Me not see that again. That done with
Get
them.
to know the youth them, you know, get to know them.
You see from we see Ravel and them man they come on board where I say, yo, yeah man, and me not lie. My favorite reggae boy actually sitting there, Corey Burke. But me not lie. You see one time one of the best ball I ever see was Jeremy and Hugh. I've never seen a ball like that before. Now my man, now my head, I said, boy, that's so messy bad. Yes, one time me go look and see Ravel. For first time, me see him on TV, you know, but yes, when I see him on TV, it's a different thing. The first time I watch Ravel Martin with me 1-2 eyes. Me I said to myself, say, this a man no normal. I best ball I ever see. From me I watch football with me 2 eye them. I best ball I ever see.
Technically sound and nice.
The man never have to think about him past. The man never have to think about him at do. Yeah, he won't have on the ball too much still. But I tell you that him the normal man. Him the normal. But Jermaine, bless us for calling you now, man. Really appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, man. We stay in tune, man. And keep up the good job, man. For real, man.
Me I try a thing, man. Me I try a thing.
All right.
Bless
man.
up.
Bless. Guidance.
Big up Cataract. Big up. Norman said, OKC, I want tell them to jump on plane and go at Huey. Alright, so somebody is calling. Evening caller. Oh, Watson, big up Stampy. Lows and Square, never see Stampy come in.
Evening, the ultras checking in, you know.
Oh, Wagwan.
Well, over there, we try to do our usual thing. But I love the conversation and I hope to be a part of it for a few minutes so that we can really look at what's happening. You know, a camper going up there, you know, say a man like you, a man like me, who that there. So
Yeah.
How he is, but we hear that.
Structure different, you know.
Yeah. So I respect the coach if that's what the coach wants.
I chat him, man. He said there's going to be a procedure. I think them are free. I don't know when next week them are free up where you can just apply.
Yeah, you are mad, man. In the 1997, every day I drive to work. Before I go to work at Citibank, I stop and take in training at East Kings House Road at Barbican Field. At any man will follow Reggae Boys those time know that traffic was at a standstill. Man park them car in the middle of the road and we watch the Reggae Boys train in the mornings. In the evening, them train at the stadium. You were there. Come man. There were 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 away in the stand. In the grandstand, I watched the Reggae Boys train. Man on. Out our life.
But Cataract. But on the international standards, when the national teams are trained, from what I know, there's always supporters there to watch the training.
The supporters are there to watch.
Media is there as well.
I watch Leeds United train. That's how you know the hardcore ultras. There are times when they say this is a closed door training session. And they close the door and you respect that. Now, where I would say after the coach is the coach. So I can, if that's what he wants to do, but I would like to say on record what I believe is happening. No one will love your team, sir. No one will support your team apart from us like a madhead. Because the love that we had when we were going in the morning, in the afternoon. Remember, say Hope Road was just 2 lanes. Remember that in a bad brother.
Yeah.
So when we sit down in that traffic from New Kingston and sit down in that traffic, come at the stadium, come watch the Reggae Boys till nightfall. Right? Train, because a 2-hour training them have. And man, no one miss even the warm up.
It can come like a match day.
It's like a match day. The amount of us that used to be in the stand, and I've been up on the WhatsApp, so I can't even really see the man them comments. But the man them when they dead here, so just drop a comment, drop a like on the video, because this is a serious conversation we're going to have. Drop a like, drop a comment. If you were there, the last match that I went to watch Reggae Boys, it was the qualifiers, Nation League. Them the kind of crowd they less than what you used to watch the training.
I true, me not lie, the support, the turnout wasn't, never look good.
If I lie, we are tell.
Never look good.
Tell, because, I'm going to see if I can see the comment. If I lie, me I tell. And I'm probably I link the stream here and come on because this topic is important. Because if you don't allow us to build a relationship with the players and the players to build a relationship with us, that's why when we go to Mexico and the war broke, me have my piece on the bench. I like a 2x4 and whop some boy. We fight side by side with the player because them know we because we did it so we get to pick, with them time man never really have no phone like that to get a picture. You have to bring a camera. We never have camera phone to that thing, brother. Remember say I know we call it 3310?
Yeah.
Some man never go back to them days when we have no Instagram, so we have to walk with the camera.
3310 or a peanut.
Take a picture. You understand? We want to sign the jersey. We had a relationship with the players and they had a relationship with us. At that time, never knew me as Qatar. They know me as Mexican because they have the sombrero I buy from when we go to Mexico. Mexico, you good? Yeah. That means that when I went to match like Costa Rica and Honduras, when we go to the hotel, we don't have to worry. We sit with the team. When I'm from the same table.
we couldn't go up on the same bus, but due to FIFA protocol and security, but with the rightness of, so there's a love, and I am asking the JFF to revisit this policy because we were promised an era of transparency. No, sir?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
and a relationship with the team.
As two blogger, we were there during the height of COVID. Remember, say we used to go every day and pay with $4,000, $6,000 and take with PCR tests because we don't want to infect the players. Those are things people don't know, you know.
Just able for their own them to see what go on.
Yeah, for no, but in an era of transparency, it would be sad that they really take on a mold where everything is closeted. So a team is selected. We don't know if these are the best of the 27 players that you selected because we don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new era. Furthermore, bad bro, I can't go at you and lift up my drone, you know. And none of them can't tell me nothing. Because I can't shoot it on the sky because none of them have a gun. But we're not going to bring the badness to that. We're just going to ask them to revisit that policy. I'm going to know if you have the link or whatever. And open up.
Cataracta be beat me get it up. Me get beaten left, right, and center, man.
We can get a relationship with the player. The player have a relationship with we. We get a love for the ball and them. The ball them get a love for we. Because the truth of the matter is, we see a squad name and we say, who them there? I don't know if you would get that feeling there, brother.
Alright, you are going. Me get it. Yes, it's true, me know the ball of them. But me know man when it was fit in night and never the night squad. So me kind of talk out against it still. But me get back a feedback from them.
This under 17 squad. Me talk about this under 17 squad.
Yeah, man, I talk about, man. As me say, me see squad and me say me make nice about it. Me cry out about it. And them me get a call from them and them chat to me and say, boy, this and this such and such. And so me get to understand say you are going. Them are gonna do a camping day, so them are bringing players and select from what them all their players of them see. What they may have prior to, because they may have one camp going now. Many people don't know that they may have the under 17. There was a camp for the under 17 that was taking place a while back now. That take place from about March. I think about March that take place. And the squad that was presented those were the names where them select out of the camp. Those are the names that they select out of the camp or took place in a summer over the elongated period. Now, after the Schoolboy football completed, you would have seen where some of those players were overshadowed by other players of the same age group. So, because of the same list to come out, and that's where me now come in place and say, no man, I have seen these players, and I have seen players who far supersede many of these players that you have in the squad. So I suck up now, after me cry out now, me get the call, and them say, such and such. But my issue, I do resonate with what you say, the relationship with the team, because as fans, it's important that the fans have a relationship with the team. If you want to have, when match a play, and you want to have a full stadium, or you want to have maximum viewership, there must be some transcending in between the team and the fans. And that is where media come in place. That the media is the bridge between the team and the fans. If you cut media, you cut the bridge away from the team and the fans. So the team and the fans won't have that resonation. Only they know resonate with each other. The only issue would be like a family member who are watching and such. But that is not the amount in comparison to the general Reggae Boy supporter who not watch it 24/7. Because even the family members them, they only watch the play, they only come to watch the players them. We are come to see everything. We are come to see the team itself.
Them come to watch them family.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying even more now, look here. Me have You tell me something can't come and no training session. No practice match. One open day where you have where everybody can come and one day for your 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Right? But bro, me if I then take up 600, 700 US and fly go to Guatemala go wave a flag for who?
You don't know them.
You don't know them. And you don't respect me.
Yeah. Because you don't get the opportunity to even see them.
Remember, you working out, bad bro. But play a sound. When dance done 2, 3, 4 o'clock in my country area, and me pull down the song and me driving and just come on my yard and beat 1 hour. That even sometimes 1 hour, like a 1 hour cat nap me get. I'm up for 7 o'clock training with them off. Sometimes I can't take no cat nap because the journey in from the man will there hour and a half. Man, one of man know them sacrifice there. And we love the thing. And so if you take away my love from me, we not have no heart of love.
Yeah. And you know, the love for your team would end up disseminate.
You know what I feel like? That's why I always keep asking military. Why haven't the public been given an executive summary of the technical report and the field under 20 World Cup qualifier? Because I feel like to say, a man say, the reason why the Reggae Boys are qualifying is called military and cataract every day, and they're over the player, and I really feel like the YouTube and them, I YouTube them to qualify, because, no, it's because you couldn't kick the ball in the back of the net against Damrep. It's because you were playing against 9 men against Haiti and were looking second best. You understand what I'm saying? We knew that the players were injured. We knew that the left back, you and I were there, we know that when Tyreek Jimenez came back from Catalonia, he never trained one more day.
Injury.
He was always on a physio. People need to know when player injured, are we going are we going out with medical medicine?
MPEG said the report is classified. MPEG said the report is classified.
And you have to go and get ice and hold ice pan man foot. I want a powder man, I want a lotion man, but pain and no doctor, nothing about, no medic. And we have to do first aid. I want them remember them thing.
No, that's the truth for me now. I see them little thing there. I nearly fast them something there. Because, you see, anything I do it out of love. Anything I do it out of love. And... I say you don't do it out of love. I say is, we never really talk about these things. Because yes, we are doing it out of love. But are we... me and that brother, if what did happen if you never have first year training as a farmer army man? What happened to the youth right now? They mash up still now. I see him back in the train play schoolboy football. Me and him turn up there and me and him a reason man. He tell me say boy I really appreciate him do still. Catching him play for. Catching him my goalkeeper for catching. Yeah. Man, I say, oh, you really appreciate that.
Next time when I real pain, that man have no painkiller up there. I should be the pastor, I say, boy, chop, all that little description, thing there, so ease the tension, bad bro, I don't want, like to say, a youth a cry. So,
you can't see sending a pain to man. It's serious pain as well.
So we as fans, we are more than fans. Those people who take a time out. Some man could have there with them girl. Some man could have there a bar and drink liquor right now. 76 man they are top of the under 17.
True.
You have to respect it.
That 2 hours now the program run.
So after we do this all now, since it would seem that is the YouTubers is the reason why the under 20s never qualified. Let's see if this method works. But what will happen, is sort of like something will happen with the reggae girls. You qualify, but Jamaica no business with you. Them business about burner boy. Right now, nobody know my man and them burn a boy. Me hear everybody are talking to me. One man support on the 70. You hear that on the road?
No. I burn a boy. I don't know talk
I
about.
burn a boy.
So what about
People
this in
in
the
the
marketing,
comment
you know?
If you remember back to 1996, 1997.
Oh.
If you now wear a Jamaica copper jersey, you now get no girl. Remember good military.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, remember, man.
When we go and dance and our original copper with the player them signature upon it.
So,
I'm gonna say,
you know
the Reggae Boyz. You can't get me at the stadium. You can't get me a signature for Anandi Low. You can't get Walter Boy to sign something for me.
but Cataract.
Brother, enough girl me get my tech jersey and what we call some people call him blacks. We call him hot wings.
Cataract. You know me
Come
look
in,
on.
brother.
You highlight some pivotal aspect, you know. And what me I gonna do? What me I gonna try? Me I gonna try so me can get an interview with the new Gensec because him seems a open person. I've seen him done interview with Ryan. So me gonna say me can get an interview with him because I have a lot of questions to ask him. And for sure, he's a general. So him is the operational manager. I would assume. I would assume he's the operational manager. So he must have an idea of all of the questions. I have right there so with me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions I want to ask him. And these 10 questions are internal questions surrounding it. Me need to get the me go try. Me don't know if I come on for my program. Me don't know if I come on.
We come anywhere.
Yeah?
Him say we come anywhere. I me want the StreamYard link because the two of we have two ultra man we have to sit down and
No, yo, me go close off a little bit right now still now, but me go see if me can organize it because we have some serious questions. I have some serious questions I want to ask him. We need to get them questions out of the way. It's important that we get these. You see, I do believe that when we get certain interviews, we have to rule out the roots.
Powder puff question, man. We have some powder puff question, like the interview of them as some makeup artist.
Alright, so let me tell you one question. One question I have for him. One question I have for him is what is the marketing strategy for the Reggae Boyz for 2023? That's one question I'm asking him. And the reason I ask the question there is because the Reggae Boyz will play a vital match against Mexico to qualify for the Nation League knockout round. And the reason I ask this question is how we'll get the fans on board and buy into what is happening so we can get back the fan love and the fan support from it. That is one of the questions I have to ask. And that is actually one of the easiest questions out of all the questions I have to ask. One of the easiest questions that. So, as we say, Cataract, we're going to chat because I'm going to close off now. We've gone over a long time period. So, really appreciate the calling. Massive respect, my bro. Definitely hopeful you take care of yourself, you know. And remember them days, man, when I up and down back I players them all over the place. we did with them. And we can't the truth is they never recognize me. They never recognize it. And one night, let me tell you one night. And the players them see what go on now. The players them see what go on now. Cause one night I did last night too, me see Boza, me and Boza have a small reason. And some know say them really see what go on and them in tune to what go on as well. So me always recognize that. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it still. And the fact that them listen and some of them take the telling, some of them don't, but them definitely listen. But I say go. So Cataract, we chatting now. Massive respect for you calling here.
Yeah man, anytime I have an under 17 program, Impact just let me know cause right now my interest is to the youths. I hope the JFF do the right thing. But we wish we come out early and we really talk about the process that they are following because I believe it's the same process that we use that has failed us over and over again. I believe that questions have been answered that the JFF have put forward, that there are no good young players in England, which is the highest league in the world, who are willing to commit to play to Jamaica at a young age. And I believe on Reggae Boyz commentary, even you know some players who are ready to commit to Jamaica, and they are playing at a high level. I know, for example, you may know that there are 3 youngsters, including the under-17 goalkeeper at Arsenal, who's born Jamaican. No, what are you trying to tell me? The 2 strikers for the under-17 for Arsenal are Jamaican. Lineage, but the goalkeeper are supposedly a barnyard man. Mm-hmm. Born in Jamaica young and migrate to England. Mm-hmm. So I believe that we keep doing this thing where 2 months before a tournament we try have a camp, we try this still.
Put that team together.
England are going to come in 1 or 2 weeks before the tournament. There's going to be a discrepancy. Mm-hmm. During this time, while they have World Cup, where there's a whole 1 month international FIFA break, I believe the coach on his way from, when he was on his way back from Cameroon, mm-hmm. stopped in England and go and look and see some of the academy games, see the players from Arsenal, Chelsea.
Hey, actually time I run out for me now. Cataract, you shouldn't come on earlier. You shouldn't definitely come on earlier, cause that's sitting there, cause what they say when me say in Ghana World Cup. Yes, if you what? We have a youth football, even though on the best, but we have a youth football commissioner going right now, and under 17 come up, and I'm more than likely some of the youth are pick out. So what go on now? If the talent is sufficient, if you think say it's best if your assistant or the head coach for the under 17 go somewhere else, go seek, you can give you insight. But you are going. They say me a madman still. So Cataract, we will chat, man. You shouldn't call in early, man.
Big up. Yeah, man. No disrespect. You know. So I think I may have to travel up myself on late night. Cataract song up on the ground, and we have to go deal with let the girl them dash out. You know what I mean?
All right, listen.
Big up the whole fans and people in the comment section and the silent people who just watch and listen and you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Cause we have a link up a thing and make it think. Cause it's just our team, you know.
Yeah, man.
And when you see a small country like the smaller footballing nation like Morocco reach a semi-final.
Croatia too.
Croatia. We and them got to World Cup the said time in 1998.
Japan.
We could have done it. Mm-hmm. You understand? So I'm just saying with the under 17, my final word on military lock-offing program, you know, is that my standard for this under 17, knowing the talent that's available to us, including a striker at Rangers, in Rangers' first team in Scotland, who is eligible and wants to play for Jamaica. If we don't get that player, I'm going to raise hell, but I'm just saying, we must qualify for the under-17 World Cup, and we must qualify out of the group stages into the knockout rounds. That's that I think is a minimum ask. Anything less than that is a failure, and heads must roll.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, people. I cut off now. Big up. Devon, me never say it. I in job that, you know, man. That time in job, you know, Devon. But I'm just saying that at least if you're here for the long journey, if you're the head coach and you're here for the long journey, see what is happening. See what is happening at the youth stage. Look at the level that the youth players are playing at. See, just have a look at that. That's very important, you know. The 2 best youth teams in Jamaica. See what level they're at. Remember, at some point in time, these are some of the players. If you're here for the long haul, that you'll be seen, if possible, that you'll be seen at some point in time. Because some of them might move on to here, move on to there to play here and there. But I say go. Anyways, people in the comment section, even the silent persons who are watching and observing, really, really appreciate it, people. Massive, massive respect. Hopefully, guys, smash that button before you go. And hopefully, guys, also had a very good one. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow, people. Tomorrow. Even tomorrow is Friday. It's Friday. But bless up, people. Massive respect. Hopefully, everyone is doing good. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV, people. We are out.